Sales managers and salespeople, it's that time of the year again. That's right. The holidays are fast approaching. And what does that mean that we have to be careful of? And that means to watch out for the seasonal sales slumps. I mean, from the sales standpoint, it happens. 95% of the salespeople across North America suffer from it. 95% of the sales managers and vice presidents and people who direct companies suffer from having a seasonal sales slump as well. You know, I remember back many years ago when I was serving as a vice president for a major merger and acquisition company, and I was in charge of a sales force of approximately 80 people on a nationwide basis. And I'll never forget this one December, this one salesperson who just happened to be living in northern Utah. He had contacted me in mid-November, and he basically said, Chuck, he said, I'm going to have the best December ever. I'm really going to change my attitude. I'm going to change how I look at the season and everything that's going on, and I know that I'm going to have a great December. And that's exactly what he did. He went out and just knocked the sales into the dirt. He was number one for the month of December, had an all-time record that happened, and it was really interesting to see the dynamics because his choice was not to buy in to the fact that, hey, because Thanksgiving and the holidays are going on, we're going to have a slowdown. No, he chose to do it differently. The following year in August, I'll never forget this, our executive team actually had a meeting, and we decided, you know what can we do as a company to help our salespeople through, November, December, and January and really have those strong months. And what we did is we actually implemented a bonus plan that carried through those months, and it gave the salespeople that maybe didn't have the self-motivation of the man from Utah that I just described, but it gave them the impetus to go forward and really have a good November, December, and January. Why? Because they were incentivized by a financial bonus that we put as a company on there. So there's various things that go on there. But I also want to share this. Again, 95% of you are checking out during the holidays. And I have logged through the years some of the comments that I've heard from salespeople. And let me just read these to you. Here's the what I call the mental checkouts for the holiday season. Excuse me. My industry takes the month of December off. I have morals. I don't want to call or contact anyone during the holidays. What does that have to do with morals? I don't like to be sold anything during the holidays, so I don't want to sell. The holidays are not for business. It's a time for family. Okay? I am so focused during the other 11 months, I need to check out into December to recharge my batteries. That's a salesperson that doesn't have good sales balance. Nobody buys in December unless it's for holiday gifts. Oh, come on. None of my clients want to talk business during the holidays. You know what? Those are just flat out lousy excuses. You might as well just go mow the lawn instead of, selling during the month of December. I mean, it's just that simple. It's your own self-imposed limitations that will cause or create a great December or a lousy December. It's totally up to you. But look at how silly those excuses are. By the way, if you're looking at this on YouTube, if you'll go to getsalesresultsnow.com, there's a corresponding article there that you can go ahead and follow and read all this information that I'm sharing with you today. So, that's the holiday excuses. That's the checkout. That's the sales immaturity that goes on. So let me give you some specific tips on what you can do to really have a strong holiday season. And again, I forgive the glasses, but I need to read from the corresponding article here so that you can have this information. But number one is start planning preventable measures way in advance. Remember the story I told you about the company in August? We brought forward the executive committee and put that bonus plan into place for November. We did it way ahead of time. Have a specific written goal. Use the Goal Mastery Action Planner form that is found on my website, and if you can't find it, just email me and I'll send it to you. But have a specific goal through November, December, and January. Start being sales distinctive. And what that is the holiday cards, which you've probably seen that video. But I have one of my sales students right now who just booked his third 6-month coaching session with me, but he has been busy because his season slows down. So what does he do? He amps up other activities. But he personalized 250 Thanksgiving Day cards that are actually just getting ready to go out right now. So there's all sorts of things that you can do as far as creating top-of-mind awareness if you do really have a business slowdown during that time. There's other things that can keep you busy that will help you produce revenue. Next one is stay sales disciplined. That's right. Stay disciplined. Now, some of these excuses, people only buy holiday gifts during the holidays. That's not necessarily true. I mean, a lot of you can take a huge advantage of people being home, being available to communicate. The car business is notorious for having their strongest week of the year between December 26th and January 1st, so take advantage of that. Another thing you can do is be smart, not greedy. Let me give you an example. A couple years ago, one of my big clients put forward a cash bonus to his salespeople for the month of December. Well, one of the wise salespeople who wasn't greedy turned around and passed that bonus on to his clients for referrals. So be smart, don't be greedy. Another one, know that focus and sales tenacity will help get you through those months. Find the ways to do the correct sales activities versus finding the ways not to do the incorrect sales activities. Know that people are home. Like I've already stated, they are home. Good time to catch them. Many of you will sell products that your clients can take advantage of for a year-end tax deduction. That's huge. So if your product is like that, you certainly need to step into that arena. Take personal responsibility for finishing these months strong versus finishing them weak, as an example. And so there's great things here that will help you, really propel yourself in the months of November, December, and January. I encourage you, print this article out, read it, share it with other salespeople. Try to have that higher level of sales maturity and say that to yourself, I'm really going to have some strong months coming through these holidays. I'm going to take some of Chuck's tips and suggestions, implement them today so I can really have that strong holiday season. So some great tips for you. I really hope that you guys have a great November, December, and January because you all deserve it. But you know what? You got to work for it. You got to go after it and go make it happen. In today's day, let me just kind of come back to the real estate industry. Yeah, it's on a downturn. I hear about it all the time. And, I run into realtors that their head's just in the sand. There's so much negativity going on, they can't break out of it. You know what? You got to break out of it. Stop it. Go forward with the things that are going to happen. Many of you on your sales licenses, whether you're a loan officer or a realtor, it says salesperson on your licenses. It doesn't say, hey, hang out in your office and wait for business to come in. It doesn't say that. It says sell. So with that, I hope today's information has been fruitful for you. I hope that you can go forward and put it into some positive revenue-producing activities. Remember, if you're a CEO or a president or vice president of a large sales organization, I've got great sales consulting programs specifically designed for you guys. Now, for those of you that are salespeople, I have some great individualized sales coaching programs and sales seminars, obviously, which I do across the country. And last but not least, I've got a development team that are awesome. We do websites, we do brochures, we do main point cards, fast facts profiles, big manuals, all that kind of stuff. I have a team here located in Dallas that work for me. They're just a great development team. So if any of that stuff needs or comes to mind for you guys that you need, please contact me. I'll be more than happy to speak to you about moving forward with your company on a set variety of different things. So with that, I hope you find this information great today. Hope you put it to use. And with that, Godspeed and good selling. See you down the road. Bye-bye.